Say hey everyone, welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Solo right now, thinking Ragu hopefully will join me soon, but haven't heard from him yet. Maybe he is caught up with something, and that's all right. No worries there. We can proceed solo, thankfully, because we have one of the best chats in the game. So shout out to you guys all watching, jumping in as we start this show. All right, we had a full slate of baseball on a Sunday. Love it. July 2nd. Shout out to everyone again for joining here. All the market moves are in here, and I've got everything set up ready to go. Also have the splits ready to go and everything. So we're going to have a lot of fun here today. Forgot what my overall record was yesterday because I had 7 bets. So I guess I went 3-4. In reality, it felt like I just missed on the Astros game where they didn't show up and everyone was on the Rangers, but the overs were the things that really killed me. You know, both lost by a run, and it was such a tease there at the end as well. So it was both one of those spots you get your hopes up and then they knock it away. So no worries there. We move on. I still think I'm seeing the board well because we've been right on point with the Braves. The Red Sox have been hitting, which has been great for my bankroll a little bit. And overall, it's been a not as horrible last 2 days as the other days have been. So we'll get right into this, guys. Shout out to you, J. Rowe from Parlay Angel. Hello, Sunshine, Damon Santori. It's nice to see you as well, my man. But let's get right after it here. We won't dilly-dally. We won't waste time here. And I have to upload these graphics as well. So shout out to me. I forgot I have to do that as well as export them. So this is going to be a lovely, lovely show here today. So shout out to everyone again for joining us on a rather hectic day. But we're going to start off with Twins-Orioles here as I move all these things around here. And by the way, it always tickles me when I see my lovely family photo here with Jimmy. Every time I scroll past it, I just get a good laugh out of it, as well as this one. I like this one just as much, honestly. I will admit it. But Twins, Orioles here. Let's talk about it, and I'll put myself down a little bit. So unfortunately, we'll cut the hair off a little bit, but that's all right. Sonny Gray versus Cole Irvin here. And unfortunately, this is a series that I've had no feel on at all. I've been all over it. I don't know what I have to do with this series. So I've stayed off of most of these games, and it was fun. And by the way, Justin McElvey, I was down 13 units. Now he's to 6. Shout out to you, my man, Justin. Jay Stone, they pulled Jared after the 4th. Which game are you referring to, my man? Let me know. Be specific, please, because I was caught up in some shit yesterday. Stimmy OG, shout out to you, my man. I was watching the Red Sox, obviously. My man, what's up? Rocco Rogers in here as well. Pretty good Saturday. Decent MLD. Great UFC day. Love that for you. And let's go on the Sox. Let's go Rocco Rogers. Let's get it after it right now. We're on Orioles, Twins, and Cole Irvin. He's not gone deep, I'll tell you that. It's definitely a one time through the order and you're gone kind of thing. And they throw out their bullpen out there. And their bullpen's been fine generally this year. Obviously, the back end is phenomenal. And I can bring up my bullpen rankings. I actually don't have those available and up with me right now. And you guys know how I like looking at bullpen rankings. You know, I looking at the last 2 weeks of how bullpens do because, you know, I would rather see the last 2 weeks in a full sample size, I guess, is basically what I'm saying. I don't know. That seems weird, but it's just more recent production, I guess, is more what I'm saying. Cubs are the first best bullpen. Wow. Cubs and Dodgers. The Dodgers bullpen picks and shit up in the last 2 weeks. Baltimore, 18th best, a 4.37 ERA with a 3.9 FIP, so maybe getting a little unlucky there. BJ liking the Twins again here. Interesting. Let's go to the market real quick and see what they say about this game as well. Let's move over to Sunday. Wow. Really big moves on the Twins here. 63% of the bets and 93% of the money on the Minnesota Twins here. Thinking they can smash a lefty here. Let's look at their lefty ranks real quick as well. I'll look at that total as well here in a moment. But Twins against lefties. Wow, full season, they're third worst. 84 weighted runs created plus. They have to be hitting better the last 2 weeks, right? No. Fourth worst, 72 weighted runs created plus against lefties. And all that money on the Twins, thinking, I guess, Sonny Gray is going to go out here and dominate. That's very interesting. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that there. But let's go to the total here real quick. Pretty split, 62% of bets, but only 55% of the money on the over 9 here. Allegedly, it opened at 8 as well. And then I don't know if I believe that. I always have questions of actions openers, but open at 9 there as well. This does seem like a twin spot. So I will probably not be on it. I'll look at Twins, and I want to look at the odds here real quick on our friends at Bet Online. I'd look at Twins first 5 for sure. I mean, maybe the full game might sketch me out a bit here, but Twins first 5 is even minus 130 on Bet Online. Like, they know. And my full game's fucking minus 115. That's pretty crazy. Minus 135 on Bovada, too. And the total of first 5 is 5? That's crazy. By the way, and BJ seeing the Twins at minus 120 now. I still have minus 115, thankfully. I mean, I guess it's just to take the Twins spot here. Look at this. By the way, Broco liking the Blue Jays today. That's not a fun time. All right, guys, let me know in the chat. I will have Twins written down here, full game. Minus 115, and I'll have to move on it rather quickly because it might move on me. But I would like to see what you guys think of the full game Twins there. Their bullpen, let me check their bullpen ranks in the last 2 weeks. I mean, I had it up. Might as well check it, right? 10th best, 4.35 ERA, 4.15 FIP, not as good there. 77% left on base rate. This is what you love to see there. Love to see those motherfuckers getting left on base. J-Row from, by the way, lean Twins first 5. Looks like rain could be moving in. Good note there, J-Row. Let me refresh my RotoWire and Swish here to check the weather real quick. And again, we appreciate you guys, as always, in the chat here. Come on in. Put your plays in. Help me out here today because it looks like I might be riding solo today on a Sunday afternoon. But it's not even afternoon. It's Sunday morning, I should say. But no worries here. This is when we get our work done here. This is when we do our best work here. By the way, lineups are in. Correa, Buxton are both in there for the Twins. Gunnar, Adley, Santander, Austin Hayes, Cedric Mullins, the top 4, and Anthony Bamboon behind the plate here today. So maybe we'll see some steals. I see 20% precipitation here as well, and maybe I could check the weather channel. But the wind's kind of blowing out, not as strong as it was the other day. So interesting. BJ saying he expects Baltimore to go on a little skid here as well. So I think I'll move on Twins money line here, and I've had no feel for this series, but we'll see. Twins money line minus 115 for me here. Let's move on to game 2 here, and boy, this is the one series that I felt like I have just bang on because. As I tweeted last night, and maybe you guys didn't see it because Twitter only lets you see like fucking 20 tweets a day now, which is crazy. And hopefully they fix that soon. The Braves don't give a fuck. The Braves don't give a fuck who you are, what you support, what team you support, what bet you're on. They don't give a fuck. They're going to hit no matter what. And we just have to ride those motherfuckers because they made Yuri Perez look like a 20-year-old little boy going out there and just getting his ass spanked. And it was hideous out there. And I was shocked at how early they took him out, and he couldn't get it out. So I got it. Maybe he was tipping on top of just being leaving meatballs up there, but the Braves were just simply the best there, as the song says. Before you ask me, I have no idea who sings that song. Simply the best. It's only from commercials, so shout out to me there. All right, let's check the chat real quick before we get more into Spencer Strider versus Sandy Alcantara. A good pitching matchup on the face of it, but guys, it's going to happen again. Here. There's your little hint. By the way, Gerardo Hernandez, Twins first 5, Twins first 5 double up, actually. First 5 money line and first 5 minus a half there. Braves easy money. My home team gets it done day in and day out. Good luck to Sandy. Braves Day. Shot the goggles in here as well. Yeah, Perez definitely got humbled yesterday. Oh, Benjamin Mills had the over 9 yesterday. Whew, that's, I remember, I forgot what the game was the other day that I guess it might have been the Braves. These motherfuckers, they score so early and they just kept on rolling. And so shout out to the over 9. I guess you might have been referring to in the other game, Orioles. But yeah, they score like fucking over in 2 innings there. Sandy has been struggling there. You haven't been all over this series. Flywike, you saying have been. Thank you, Mike. I was like, haven't been. What are you talking about? But shout out to you, Mike. I appreciate you. Leroy Flood saying Braves run line. Mr. Heat saying best bet for me in the game. Strider to record the win at evens. That's good. Let's look at those props here, and we'll get into the market here in a second. We all kind of know who these pitchers are, but I can tell you Strider's last 2 starts, 1-run efforts. Minnesota 7, 3 hits there. Phillies 6 hits, 6 innings, 8 hits. There, 1 run still. So even with all that traffic he had on base, still just getting those guys out. No problems there. And he had a start against these Miami Marlins as well. 8 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs earlier in the season. And by the way, Sandy has also gone against the Braves this season twice now. This will be his 3rd time against the Braves. And, good fucking luck. 5 innings, 5 2/3, 4 hits, 2 earned runs there. 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs. Both games they lost. Both games they scored 6 runs as well in the game. So it's very interesting. Let's go look at Sandy. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. They put Sandy's earned run prop at 3.5. I was expecting a 2.5, maybe juice, but that's crazy. And by the way, Spencer Strider's earned runs over 1.5 as well. Woo, man, that's crazy. I thought there would be 2.5s there. By the way, Sandy under 18.5 outs, -160. Spencer Strider over 18.5 outs is plus 120. That's interesting as well. And by the way, shout out to the guy that got Spencer Strider to record a win at evens. Mine's -115 there as well. Very interesting. Well, I mean, obviously, I'm going to be on the Braves here. I'm going to take team totals, it seems like, because that seems the only way to bet this, because obviously -220 is not going to do it. I don't hate the run line either. But I feel like I'm a little gun shy of doubling up on games after yesterday with the Astros game. Like I could have just bet the Astros money line and just have my 1 loss and had a much better day than had taken 3 losses on 1 game. And obviously we'll see. Shout out to Jacqueline joining us as well. So I'll take the Braves first 5 team total over 2.5 here. That's just that they might fucking cash that in the first inning. Jesus Christ. And I'll take their full game team total. So I'm going to double up here. As I just said, I was a little worried about it. And we'll see if I've not learned my lesson here. But again, the Braves don't give a fuck. They're just going to keep hitting. And this is definitely a little brother moment. And I'm glad that I've been right about 1 series. This fucking week, or I guess a weekend. Braves team total, first 5 team totals, 2.5, -120 for me. And full game team total, as I scroll, 4.5's -130, or -135, I should say. I guess I'll take the 5, -110, because they are built different. And again, if Sandy throws 5 innings with 3 earned runs there, I'll be okay with it because I think the Braves lineup will destroy their bullpen again here. So BJ likes Braves -1.5 as well. That was another bet I almost made on there as well. Maybe I should just take the -1.5 instead of their team total over 5, huh? Because team total over 5 is -110 in there. -1.5 on Bovada's -115. -113. So that's what I'll do, actually. Shout out to you, BJ, and anyone else that's on that. I will take first 5 team total, and I'll take their full game run line as well. So I won't have to particularly stress that. So -113. play a little more. All right, cool. Shout out to you there, BJ. We're making shit simpler here as well. Shout out to everyone else in here. Jay Stone liking Acuna over 1.5 bases. Real quick, we didn't mention the market, and we'll mention it here. Wow, the Marlins are getting love again. They did yesterday. They had a lot of money on them for a little bounce back spot, and I respect it. I guess 87% of the bets on the Braves, but only 47% or 49% of the money. 13% of bets on the Marlins and 51% of the money on them. And the lines moved towards the Braves allegedly, according to the action. Like opening odds, but again, I don't know if I trust those. So Braves still for me. Totals wise, real quick, we'll mention that as well before we move on. 61% of bets and 82% of the money on the over here. And allegedly it opened at 7.5, now up to 8.5. I don't know if you guys have that, but that's what it's saying. So, all right, let's move on. And JPZ parlayed strikeouts for Strider and Braves online. Why not? I can see wholeheartedly why you do that. So shout out to you there, my man. Let's go next. Nationals, Phillies here. Ranger Suarez, Trevor Williams here. And, this is kind of an obvious, okay, you're taking Nationals or pass here in some way, because I'm not obviously taking Phillies money line here. And they're not a team that's been trustworthy at all at this kind of spots. I don't trust them being gigantic favorites. Rangers been pitching phenomenal. 7 1/3, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 5-1 victory. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run there against the Braves of all people, who smashed lefties. So that was a start when I realized, okay, he's for real. Shout out to him. But I still don't trust him, honestly. And I do expect him to beat the Nats team that hits lefties, surprisingly well. 13th best this year, 105 weighted runs created plus. Last month, they are, and by the way, the Phillies are very high against lefties this last month. They are 22nd, so they're sloping, obviously. 82 weighted runs created plus against lefties there. I still don't trust it. And Trevor Williams is fine. 4 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs against the Seattle Mariners. I remember because that was the minus 300 fade, I believe. So it's very interesting. And I ultimately have to pass on this game probably. I'll mention the market here as well. But I really had no interest in this game. If you guys have any bets, let us know in the chat as always. We'll start with the total here because it's very interesting. 75% of bets and 77% of the money on the over here as well. And, total money line wise, it's interesting because you've got 85% of the bets on the Phillies, but only 57% of the money there. So substantial, I guess, bets on the Nationals. And I get it because it's a big favorite. And you guys know me, but I ended up passing here as well. So we'll move on from that one really quickly here. Fly White Mike saying parlayed Phillies Dodgers money line for a plus money spot there. Justin McElvey dropping a Phillies first 5 minus 1.5 there on his card. Shout out to him. Trey Turner. Oh, I almost said his name. The shortstop for the Philadelphia Phillies over 1.5 bases and the Phillies to win plus money. And I think what will happen. Shout out to you, Rocco Rogers as well, dropping a same game parlay. Phillies team total over 3.5. The shortstop to get a hit, Harper to get a hit, Castellanos over 1.5 bases, home run for Lane Thomas. Or no, I'm getting Castellanos over 1.5 bases and home run, or is home run Lane Thomas and over bases? Okay, awesome. I guess those are all both on Castellanos and Lane Thomas, homer and all that. So that's very interesting. Shout out to you there, Rocco Rogers. That's complicated. I wish, again, I wish Texas had that sweet legal, so I could make bets like that. Unfortunately, definitely is restricted there as well. And yes, Rance, I agree with you. Yesterday had a better card. I 100% agree with you there. And J Jack 77 also parlayed Phillies and Dodgers together. Yes, I'm nervous about it. You kind of feel that way about all parlays though, so I can see it. All right, let's move on here to game number 4 here on our slate of Brewers Pirates. What an interesting series this has been. I expected the Brewers to come out here and slap them in the mouth, just kind of like what the Braves did. They were for fucking 8 innings. They give up the walk-off, which was just comedy. And then, of course, fucking last night. Perfect game through a lot of it, then became a no-hitter. And then I guess Burns came out with a little rain delay and all of that. And then all of a sudden, the Pirates score 8 runs in 1 inning. And we're like, holy shit, is this going to happen again? But the Brewers get the win. And man, oh man, what the hell are these? I just really don't know what to do with this series, you know? I just ultimately would rather just pass and, you know, not just deal with it here. But yeah, I just ultimately just don't want to get into this series. I know Rich Hill is one of our favorite pitchers, but 6 innings, 4 hits, 4 earned runs against the Padres is actually pretty good for a team that hits lefties so well, by the way. And the Mets. Colin Ray went up against the Mets, I should say. 6 1/3, 3 hits, 1 earned run, and a 2-1 victory. But are we impressed by that, guys? Are we impressed to see a team dominate the Mets? Because the Mets has just been really disappointing, as we all know. So I ultimately just couldn't get back on this one. And I respect Rich Hill's abilities and exploits here. But if I had to make a bet on this game, I'm probably betting the over here. And we'll go to the markets here as well. Market here on the Pirates, 59% of the bets and 68% of the money on the Pirates. Kind of makes sense. Allegedly, again, the Action Network says that this line opened up at minus 115 for the Brewers as well. And you guys can see that it's at minus 110s now as well, maybe moving towards the Pirates on your books as well. And the total here is 79% of the bets and 59% of the money on the over here. So you're kind of expecting more bets with almost 80% of the bets on there, or more money on there with more percent of the bets. But interesting, and it's dropping. So under's getting some love here. The under's getting some love here, so that's very interesting. Let's see here. JP is saying I should get my hair braided. I don't think I would. I don't think that would be a good look. I don't know if it would be a good look. Rocco Rogers saying this is a dead nuts under. Pirates going to LA tonight. Brewers got a division series too. Interesting. You know, I'll look that up right now, Rocco. I'll look that up right now because this is that's a classic Sunday getaway spot, right? You know, both teams, like, I know this is obviously a big series, but both teams kind of looking to the next travel spot. I can see that. Let's fucking see. Where are we at? They play the Cubs. They play the Cubs at home, and then they go to Cincinnati. Or no, they play the Cincinnati Reds at home, too. That's a gigantic series for both squads there. And the Cubs are hot. Let's look at the standings, because I always like giving myself a standings update, especially because, you know, you lose track of all this shit sometimes. Cincinnati Reds and the Brewers are still tied for first. And the Cubs have a worse record than the Pirates right now, actually. That's shocking. I cannot believe that. That is hilarious. And almost all these teams are 5-5 in this last 10 games. Yep, pass for me is all this is to say. These teams are all just fucked, you know. Yeah, that's fucked. So no thanks. And by the way, the Pirates going back to Los Angeles, man, it's good memories. That's good memories there. Shout out to my guy Tucapika Marcano, who is actually playing more in the majors. So I'm glad that I just don't have a minor league guy's jersey. But shout out to him. And by the way, I kind of would look like a thug, you know, JP's. You know me. That's me. That's funny, but let's move on here because this is the chat is all into my braided hair now, and I'm actually gonna get a haircut sometime this week. So enjoy it while it lasts, ladies and gentlemen. Fifth game on our slate is the Boston Red Sox versus Mr. Kevin Gausman and the Blue Jays here. You know, I've been thinking about this for a while because Kevin Gausman was like the boogeyman for me last year. I was just terrified. I was like, every time the Red Sox would face him, I was like, okay, here comes 8 perfect innings from Kevin Gausman. Here comes another fucking 20 strikeouts for Kevin Gausman. And I was just like, I don't know what to fucking do with this guy. The Red Sox have been horrible against him. And then this year, he goes up against the Red Sox. 3 1/3, 10 hits, 8 earned runs. I was like, what? is the boogeyman dead? And I was, I think about it. I was like, well, I mean, we do have Masataka Yoshida, the future AL Rookie of the Year, who just basically explicitly saw splitters in Japan, and maybe he just taught all the lads how to hit a splitter. I don't know. And that made me excited. And that honestly got me interested in my first player prop of the season. And unfortunately, Masataka Yoshida got hit with a fucking ball again, actually. He guy's been getting hit recently a lot. And I don't know if he's going to be in the lineup. So I was very much interested in a Masataka Yoshida over 1.5 bases. But he is, in fact, not in the lineup. And that's not surprised to me. It's Durand, Justin Turner, who's been raking. Again, come one, come all. Justin Turner for your playoff push? Justin Turner for your playoff push? Dodgers? I know you want him. Reds? He looks like a Red. I don't know. I'm just handing out some Red Sox players if anyone wants them. But yeah, it's unfortunately no Masataka in the lineup. It's like I said, Durand, Turner, Verdugo, Devers, Refsnyder, Cassis, Kike, David Hamilton, and Connor Wong in there as well. And the full Jays lineup: Springer, Bichette, Belt, Vladdy, Matt Chapman, Dalton Varsho, Whit Merrifield, Kiermaier, and Kirk in there as well. And it's Kirk and Kiermaier in the lineup as well. Market-wise, let's get into it. Wow. And this isn't surprising to me because of, I don't know, who the Red Sox are. I kind of see this. I've seen this for the last 4 days now, it seems. 24% of the bets on the Red Sox, but 64% of the money on the Red Sox here. And maybe that's because they're a popular team, et cetera, but they seem to always have more money on them, and I don't know why that is. I can understand everyone betting on the Blue Jays here. 76% of the money, 76% of the bets, 36% of the money on the Blue Jays here. Market wise and totals wise, could I be interested here in an under perhaps as well? Under kind of the same, I guess, as the total. 72% of bets and 55% of the money on the over 8 here. And under 8, 28% of the bets, 45% of the money on them. Interesting. Like I said, Gausman and Garrett Whitlock has not seen the Blue Jays this year, and he's coming off 2 stinkers, really. 4 2/3, especially the last one against the Marlins. 4 2/3, 11 hits, 6 earned runs. Just doesn't look good out there. And, it's been a whole thing as a Red Sox fan. What are the Red Sox going to do with Garrett Whitlock? Is he going to be a starter? Is he going to be a closer? And this is kind of like their, wait and see, prove it year. Like, are you going to be able to do it? And we'll see if he's hitting his damn stride or his low point in the season, like a wall essentially. Like maybe Yuri Perez might be hitting. Maybe it was the Braves. Maybe it was the fact that he's hitting his career high in innings pitched. So we'll see. Real quick, let's go on to the right versus righties here real quick. We'd like to see how both teams have been hitting against righties in the last couple of weeks here. It's full season. Sorry. All right. Last 2 weeks against righties. Blue Jays 16th, 101 weighted runs created plus, so not good. While the Red Sox are obviously down there, 22nd, 89 weighted runs created plus last 2 weeks. I absolutely think the under is live here. I absolutely think we could have a first 5 under here, but I just I'm not confident enough to move on it, unfortunately. But first 5 under 4 is interesting. I would love to get a 4.5. Bovada hanging the 4.5 minus 125 as well. So that's very interesting. So I'd be leaning that way. I don't think I'm going to move that way, but I lean that way. Shouts to Dabby Cab joining us. Maurice Walker saying Kevin Gausman under 6.5 strikeouts. BJ saying the Red Sox have beaten the Blue Jays 6 straight times. Yes. The Red Sox, the Blue Jays have not beaten the Red Sox this year, which is kind of funny because this Red Sox team is not good. And last night's win felt like a loss. But, I lean under in this game for sure. And I think I'll write down first 5 under here because I don't have much action today. And if that's what happens, that's what happens. But I'll consider adding first 5 under 4.5 minus 125. So, and by the way, Gausman ladder for Mr. Rocco Rogers. Interesting. And is this and EQ saying, is this the day the Blue Jays wake up? The line's saying so. You know, it's interesting. I don't know. And let me check because I would like to see where the action had this open up at. The Action Network says this opened up at minus 185, and it's just up to minus 188. I've got it at minus 195 on some books here. And I have the ability now to look at all the lines from all the different sports books, which is kind of nice. Like everyone has this around minus 200 as well. And Bet Online is the only book that has it under minus 200 or minus 190, I should say. It's minus 188. Yeah, I don't know. The line's moving their way too, so I'm just going to pass. I will lean towards the under, but I'm not going to move it right now. So let's move on here. We're taking too long. Some easy pass games on the card, at least, because we don't have any pitcher listed here for the Padres. Let me know if you guys have one. I'll refresh RotoWire to see who they're expecting, and they're expecting Yu Darvish. And which would be a great game. Yu Darvish versus Andrew Abbott would be a fun one. And he's been a hoss, as we all know. 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run against the Orioles. 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs versus the Rockies. Has not taken a loss yet. It's very interesting. And by the way, Benjamin Mills saying it's Darvish. Do you guys have a line? You guys have a line? And by the way, no DT. It's not a bullpen day for Boston. Let me refresh as well because I didn't have a line on this game, obviously, as you can see on the screen. So I did not anticipate talking much about it. And I still don't have a line, unfortunately. If it's Darvish, you would expect. Oh, okay, that's nice. Bovada's hanging a line without pitchers listed. And it's minus 145 for the Reds. There's no fucking way Darvish is plus 121. Is that real? There's just no way. That has to be like Marcus Waldron pitching for the fucking Padres. That's crazy. If that's Yu Darvish at that price, that's insanity. So it has to. My guess, where's the knuckleballer? I would love to see him throw again because I would bet on the Reds in that case. But I'm not even going to try to speculate on this because there's no way it's Yu Darvish if that's the line. I saw Yu Darvish on RotoWire, but again, I don't trust RotoWire when it comes to expected pitchers. So it looks like I'm just going to move on from this game then. Fingers crossed for Marcus Waldron, though. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. And by the way, say BJ, if Darvish is plus money against the Reds, I will hammer the Reds right now. That's interesting. Interesting. DT, I use Fangraphs and I split the team stats until like last 7 days, last 14 days for me, but it lets you go to like last month. I do last 14 days and I do rank them by ERA and FIP. I look at it that way. So very interesting. I will just move on from this game because it looks like we don't know who's pitching. So I can't make a move on the action here, but if it's a bullpen day for the Padres and they're that price, it seems like the line's going to tell you like, we don't want you to bet the Reds. Maybe you take a Reds -1 here. Maybe you take an over, but I don't know. Pass game for me. Next game, let's talk Tony Gonsolin versus Brady Singer here. And Brady Singer is a damn enigma. We bet on his first 500 against the Guardians, and Guardians a bad offense that we thought Brady could handle, and he did. 6 innings, 4 hits, no earned runs, 2-1 loss. I was on the first 500 with Jimmy. That was great. Do I think he can deal here? No. And Tony Gonsolin is not a guy that I trust either. I've been off the Catman for a while, and his last 2 starts are kind of showing maybe he's not back. 5 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs against the Astros, 5 2/3, 6 hits, 7 earned runs against the Giants. pretty shocking there. But this is a very interesting under game. Nate asking about what my bet on the Twins game was. Let me go back to my notes real quick. It's Twins money line as well. Twins money line minus 115. By the way, I need to double check that. Damn, it's minus 125 now. Can I check Bet Online real quick? Let me refresh again because Bet Online is still hanging the minus 115. And if that's the case, when Bovada is hanging a minus 125, then we must move post haste here. So I need to fucking things taking a little bit to refresh. Come on, please. I need to make this bet immediately. Then I will be on the Twins money line because that is quite a move. And thank you, Nasty Nate, for bringing that up here as well. We're sorry for stopping the program here, as this fucking thing is not refreshing. These skunks are trying to keep me out. All right, cool. Twins. I'm betting it right now. Twins money line there. All right, beautiful. And we are in officially. We are in. Take my money, you son of a bitch. God damn it. This is annoying. This is the most annoying fucking thing ever. Just please take my funds. All right, there we go. I'm in. Twins money line officially minus 115. Jesus. You're right. Hey, BJ, you were right. And thank God that fucking Bet Online is a fucking slow book, I guess. I don't know. But again, if you need an account there, because they give out fantastic odds, go to Pub Sports Radio's website, www.pubsportsradio.com. I'll even put the link in the fucking chat right now. You can scroll down a bit, and they'll have the lovely little logos of each promo code or each brand. I don't know what they call each sports book. There we go. And it'll tell you what you need to do and all that stuff. So shout out to them. And by the way, most books have minus 120 with Bodog and minus 125. Interesting. And by the way, Justin Mack will be on the other side. He's on the Orioles. That doesn't make me feel great, but good luck, Justin. And Mark Mint bet 365 Vegas in there, minus 115. So there we go. I'm on. Let's go Twins. I had nothing for this game though. I think the Dodgers should handle business, and if Tony Gonsolin doesn't take care of the fucking Royals offense, then I don't know. So I pass here as well. And by the way, shout out to Dabby Cab plugging in the sesh here Monday mornings, 11 a.m. Eastern, I believe there. So shout out to you there, Dabby Cab, and shout out to the sesh. Let's move on. He's got a great record on the sesh as well. I obviously am struggling a bit, but he has a great record, and he's been killing us. So shout out to my man, Dabby Cab. Let's go to this game. And I thought my man Kermit Cole would pitch last night. I did not pay attention to 1 second of game 2. And I kind of figured it'd be a split. And it was. Yankees win game 1, and thank God, or game 2, I should say. And thank God we were on Cardinals game 1. That was the easiest bet of the year right there. And it was a weird line. Shout to my man Jack Flaherty for doing his business. But they went bullpen day yesterday with fucking Michael King almost throwing 4 innings. It's fucking nutty. Because I thought that dude was just a closer. But whatever. Whatever. They're not going to have him for a fucking week now. But let's go to this game because Kermit Cole is facing Jordan Montgomery here, and I'd be very interesting because I don't know if my man Garrett has faced any of these Cardinals bats before, and if he hasn't, then that's not a good sign. But I'm sure. I mean, he's been in the league for fucking ever, right? No, he's got 70 plate appearances, obviously a 200 average here. Paul Goldschmidt, Jesus, 20 at ABs, 3 hits. 150 batting average. Nolan Arenado, 9 hits and 19 at-bats, a 400 batting average. And that's it. Wilson Contreras, 0 for 5. Oscar Mercado, 0 for 8. I don't know why they're putting his ass up here. And by the way, don't worry. Adam Wainwright, 1 for 3 against Garrett Cole. So maybe Wayno gets on the fucking bump against Jordan Montgomery against his former squad. I love a good revenge angle. Why is this game not an under game? Is the real question that I need to ask myself, because this just feels like it's screaming like first 5 under, and of course it's a 7.5, but a 4 first 5, which I would like that. Let me see what the chat has to say, guys, because I like a first 5 under here as well. I want to check how the Yankees have been hitting against lefties, but I can almost safely assume they've been not hitting them because they don't hit fucking anyone without their guy, Aaron Judge, in there. Last month against lefties, not bad, actually. 117 weighted runs created plus, 7th best, which is a little concerning. Let's split that down from the let me do this. I fucked that up. From the 11th to today, the Yankees are 3rd best against lefties. Wow. Let's split it down a little more. Last week against lefties. Is it just a hot streak against lefties? Maybe. 93 plate appearances, 162 weighted runs created plus. Wow. Very interesting here. I would like to hear what you guys have to say about the unders here. When Bader in the lineup, the Yankees win for some reason. Maybe it's a stupid-ass mouthpiece. I don't know. By the way, I'm sorry. Let me see here. There's a Judge stand-in right now. Montgomery know these batters. That's very interesting. By the way, Altuve over 1.5 bases. I don't know if I said that earlier. It's a stack play of the day. So shout out to you, my man, Justin. Look at this. Wow, it's a 7.5 public seeing Cole. He's on the over here. Interesting. Vitalis. Let's check the market here. I wanted to see what you guys had to say about this game. He seems like Yankees money line in the over 8. Vitalis on the opposite sides of me, actually. Cardinals money line for me there, or for Justin, excuse me. But it's hilarious that everyone's saying if Bader's in the lineup, they win. I guess I've not noticed this phenomenon of theirs that he wins when he's in the lineup. All right, let's go to the market here. Unsurprisingly, everyone on the Yankees money line, 82% of the money, 82% of the bets and 80% of the money on the Yankees, which honestly intrigues me with the Cardinals. I'll be straight there. Let's go to the total here. 67% of the bets and 25% of the money on the over there. So big bets on the under, 75% of the money on the under, 33% of the bets on the under. It's kind of surprising that only 33% of the bets are on the under. I don't know what people are looking at in this game. So I'm going to move on it. First 5 under 4. Let me check the lines here. First 5 under 4 is -115 at Bovada. And like I said, I just rotate between those two books, as many of the people that watch this program know. And first 5 under 4, -110 at our friends at Bet Online. Again, I'll keep saying it. Take your business to Bet Online. Use our link on our website. It's very efficient. They'll know we sent you. You'll get your deposit match. It's a good time. It'll get you good odds. First 5 under 4, -110. All right. Beautiful work there. Thank you guys, as always, in the chat here. I'm going to be very interested in this game now, for sure. 9th game on our card, Astros Rangers here. And maybe I eat some crow. Everyone was on the Rangers yesterday, and they won pretty easily. Shout out to everyone on them, and I respect all those cappers. They're all good cappers that run, and I just wanted to be, I guess, the fucking ghost in the win here. But guess what? I want to take him here again, honestly. Sean Dubin is on the bump for the Astros. Now, if you're asking who Sean Dubin is, Jose will definitely know who Sean Dubin is, right? I've never heard of this man once in my life. He can tell you he's the 13th round pick in the 2018 draft. He's had 2 stints in the majors, or I should say 2 appearances in the majors on the 19th of last month and the 28th. So he's been up here. 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run off a home run at the Cardinals, 4 Ks, no walks. Against the Mets, 3 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, 4 Ks, 1 walk. In the minors, I mean, he's been a kind of a short starter, 5 innings, and he's been kind of in and out. So this obviously seems like a bullpen day for the Astros, and I'll be interested to see what happens here. Rocco dropping the Astros Rangers over 9. Rangers first 5 team total over 2.5 here. Looking at props at both sides. Rant saying Heaney struggled versus the Tigers. The Stros should go off. Ramon Granillo is saying Rangers going to get killed. BJ saying this is the over game here. Over 9 for Rants. Lots of runs here. Steve G saying over. Jake Burns saying first 5 and full game over. Look good to him. A lot of overs, huh? Everyone on the over. I can only imagine what the market's going to look like. Let's look at it. What in the world? Oh my God, dude. What are 65% of the bets on the over and 31% of the money on the over. 69% of the money on the under in this game? Man, that's crazy. I guess I'm passing then. Thank you, Markel. It's not my house. I'm going to take the Astros money line here again, but I'm not going to take a total in this game. I think the Astros win this game somehow. That's crazy. That's just. I cannot believe there's so much under money. I just cannot believe that. That just blows my fucking mind right now. I expected everyone to be on the over there. And by the way, Rangers, 77% of the bets, 98% of the money on the fucking Texas Rangers there. That is crazy. So I'm going to take the Astros here. I'm not going to be bold enough to take their money line, as I just said. I mean, I should just take their team total like you guys are doing. First 5 team total, you guys are saying is 2.5 here. First 5 team total over 2.5 at plus 125. That seems like a joke. Let's look at the Astros against lefties here. Full season Astros against lefties. 11th best, 106 weighted runs created plus. So not as good, obviously. And, they've had the guys in and out of their lineup. Last week against lefties, 62 plate appearances and a 93 weighted runs created plus. Ugh. Gosh. I don't want to force action on the Astros here, but I really think they win this game. I'll be honest there. I've said that for a long time now. Let's see here. Rocco saying both guys can get hit here. Okay. I'm going to move on the Astros. First 5 team total over 2.5 there at plus 125. That's I cannot believe that's plus money. And I understand that the Astros lineup is thin. I get it. And let's look at I don't think they'll have confirmed lineups yet. I'll refresh again, RotoWire, because you have to keep refreshing this shit because lineups are coming in. Astros don't have their confirmed lineup, but Rangers do. Simeon, Seager, Lowe, Garcia, Young, I should call him. I like calling him Jung because I'm Spanish and I read everything how it looks like. Jonah Heim, Duran, Lourdes Taveras, and Josh Smith, the former Atlanta Hawk, playing the DH here. Very interesting here. By the way, I EQ, you're right. That's what I've been thinking. I should automatically fade the Rangers here. I do not think they'll make the playoffs. So that's why I'm hoping I'm just gonna take the one bet. I'll take my first 5 team total over 2.5 plus money. I'm not laying any juice. I don't have to worry about the fucking bullpen day, which again, I'm fairly confident the Astros win this game, but we'll take the bigger plus money, I guess, and ride off. All right, next game here, the easiest of past games for me. If you guys have action on this game, call fucking 1-800. I wanted nothing to do with this game. Didn't cap it. Matt Manning, Connor Seabold, just no way. No thanks. Maybe I lean towards an under, and I've leaned towards unders and Coors before, But this is just no fucking way am I betting this. So nothing here for me, and we can pass this game fairly quickly. Diamondbacks, Angels here. Gallen, Reed Detmers. A good pitching matchup, a genuinely good pitching matchup. Reed Detmers has just been on his shit, and I feel bad for him, his records wise, because I mean he's 1-5, but 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, and a 2-1 victory. They just don't fucking hit for the guy, apparently. 7 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, and a 2-0 loss against the Dodgers. No way. I respect my guy, and he's going out here, and he's been pitching well. And I want to look at Zach Gallen's home road splits because we all know what Zach Gallen is. We'll talk about his last start because a lot of us were on his first 5, and we were feeling big and mighty about ourselves because we were like, okay, here we go. Zach Gallen. We got a 5-run lead in the first inning, and then Tampa Bay comes in, 6 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs off of Gallen there. And all those came in 1 inning. And we were like, oh, shit, 4 earned runs in the first inning. And we got nervous, and then he settled in and started pitching well. But you know, I just don't know if I can trust him here on the road. Home road splits this year, 60 innings pitched at home, a 1.5 ERA. Beast. We know it. On the road, 44 1/3 innings pitched, 5.08 ERA on the road here. And let's look at his road starts this year. At Milwaukee, he pitched well because who doesn't? At Detroit, he got touched up. 5 innings, 5 2/3, 5 earned runs. At the Phillies, 5 2/3, 2 earned runs. At the Pirates, 3 2/3, 8 hits, 8 runs, 5 of them earned. At the Rangers, 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs. At the Marlins, he dominated 6 2/3, no earned runs. And then 2 bad outings to start his year on the road, 4 2/3, 5 earned runs against the Dodgers, and 6 innings, 5 runs, 4 of them earned against the Padres. So, you know, honestly, he's not been that bad. You know, he's had his bad starts, the Tigers, and then his first 2. But I ultimately can't trust him here as well to bet an under in this game. Yeah, I was going to say, tricky game. Tempting. The under is tempting. It's scary. And I feel the same way. Benjamin Mills, I don't know what's up with the Cubs game. I have it still listed, so don't worry. It's our second to last game. Apparently, it's at 440. And I had books set it at 120. I don't know why. But we'll get there. Don't worry, Benjamin Mills. So I thought this game was one of the toughest games on the card, honestly. It's going to be a good game. And both these teams are interesting. But I had nothing really for it. Market-wise here, bigger bets on the Angels. 35% of the bets, 66% of the money on the Angels there. 65% of bets, 34 on the Diamondbacks there. So that's interesting, and market liking them a little more. Total getting some over love here as well, by the way. 62% of bets and 64% of the money on the over. And the line allegedly opened at 8, now 8.5 here as well. So I pass. I pass here. So I didn't want anything to do with it, unfortunately. But it's going to be a good game nonetheless. And if you guys do have bets, let us know. BJ saying he leans to the Angels, Gallen in a vulnerable spot on the road. And yeah, BJ's right about my man shoving. He's been just dominant. So it's going to be interesting. So pass game for me here as well. Next game is a bet that I'm going to make, obviously, and you guys know me, but we don't have a pitcher listed, or I did not have one, and maybe I can refresh and see if we've got one now. But Paul Blackburn, the king of the first 5 innings. You guys know what this is. And if you guys don't know, last year, most profitable first 5 pitcher in the league. This year, he's been a dog and cashing them for us one way or another. 5 1/3, 4 hits, 1 earned run against the Yankees. Last time out, we cashed with him then. But I still don't have a pitcher listed for the White Sox. So I can't make the bet on the show as I'd like to. But ideally, the White Sox throw Dylan Cease, perhaps. I don't know. And then we'll get a first 5 plus a half, or, you know, a first 5 money line there. Who knows? By the way, Cubs EQ saying that the fucking A should be minus 250 here, which is funny. Nuts on the table there for EQ. Yeah, I don't know who's pitching. If you guys know, and I'll tell you guys, RotoWire has, let me look. RotoWire has Michael Kopech expected. And who knows? I hope he does. I refreshed just now, and it's still him expected, so we'll see. But I will be on the A's first 5 plus a half. Ideally, if it's under minus 120, that'd be nice. Maybe ideally it's plus money. If I could get like minus 115 for it, I'd be okay with that. And then first 5 money line, whatever that comes out to be. I'm not fat asking about, I like your name, by the way. I'm not fat. My Braves Marlins picks. Braves first 5 team total over 2.5, and Braves minus 1.5 there for you, my man. 13th game on our card here as we're chugging along here. Apologies for the slow pace, but we're riding solo here, so it might be a little, nutty. It's all my thoughts and out loud capping here, and I'm glad that you guys are here as well. And by the way, Chaz White, how do you do it with your hair? Telling you, it looks amazing. I just wake up, Chaz. It just, I wake up like this, as Beyonce says. So shout out to you, my man. Appreciate the compliment. Though I am getting a haircut this week, unfortunately for you. So that'll be nice. Robert Flanken joining me on Oakland first 5. Let's talk about this series because I was wrong last night here. I made a bet the previous night. It was Giants. I felt great about myself. Let's do it again with the Rays. And they didn't come up at the end there. So now we've got Taj Bradley, Luis Castillo here. And obviously you can say the pitching matchup is, Luis Castillo here. But I kind of like my man Taj Bradley. I know he's coming off of a 7-run, 6 of them earned performance against the Arizona Diamondbacks here. But I think he'll learn. And Chaz says he'll stop watching. It's fucking funny. Shout out to you, Chaz. Luis Castillo is just, again, I've been saying it. He's just not been like that good this year. He's been fine. I bet against him in his last outing, and unfortunately the Mariners bats came and supported him. 7 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned against the Nationals. We had the first 5. I think we had the first 5 against him. I don't remember because, like I said, it was Trevor Williams in a minus 300 spot, I believe. And I just didn't. The bats didn't come through, I guess, or I guess the bullpen, I should say, for the Nationals didn't come through because they scored, I think, in the 4th or 5th inning there. But honestly, again here, gun to head, I'm taking the Rays here. But my loss on them yesterday has me kind of a little gun shy here. Let's check out. Obviously, we know the Rays against righties will be up at the top of the leaderboards here, but let's check it out. For the year, Rays against righties still first, 125 weighted runs created plus here. Seattle, 16th, 98, so a little below average there. And the last 2 weeks, so be specific, from the 18th to today, the Rays are actually 4th, 128. Just those teams in front of them have just been smashing righties. 128 weighted runs created plus, while Seattle is at 95. So they're kind of just doing the same thing they always do. Shout out to you, DX Filer, my man. Shout out to DX Filer. I DM'd him, and he responded to me. Shout out to DX Filer. I appreciate you, my man. But ultimately here, it's Rays or nothing for me. And if the market, if I see bigger bets on the Rays here, I'll be more compelled to bet them here. Interesting here. 66% of bets and 62% of the money on the Rays. So I like that, at the very least here. Over, interesting on the total. 14% of bets and 58% of the money on the under here, which kind of makes more sense to me. But 86% of the bets on the over, only 42% of the money. But I don't know why people are betting the over. Obviously, big, interesting. So let me see what you guys say in the chat. And Rem, I'm sorry. I know this is such a close view of me. I apologize. You want to see all my hair follicles here as well, but I appreciate you, Ramos, for coming in here. I do want to take the Rays here, but I think I should stay off. Here. I'm seeing back and forth here between both sides. Rays for Sancho, BJ leans Mariners. Rants saying leans over. Nah, okay. I don't know. I pass here. And Dominic French saying, "What's up, my man? I know you see it. I see you, my man. Don't you worry, Dom. I see you." Pass game. Yeah, I think Steve G, you're right here. So passing for me. Let's go to the aforementioned Cubs Guardians game, which I guess is getting delayed. I don't know. I didn't know that this game was getting delayed either. So let me do a quick old search for the Cubs on Twitter if I can even look at their tweets. Yes, 2 hours ago, they've been shifted to 4:05. Some inclement weather forecasted through the morning and afternoon. So whatever that means, inclement weather. And I would love to see Swish refresh real quick. Are we getting heavy winds here in Chicago? There we go. I was trying to think of where we were there for a second. The total's 8. So it definitely does not seem like it. If anything, the winds are blowing in, it seems. Yeah, it's winds blowing in. They're definitely going left to right. 10-mile-an-hour winds down to 7, up to 10. So it'll be fluctuating here. And we've got Savali versus Jameson Taillon, 2 pitchers I really don't like. 2 pitchers I particularly don't trust. They're both coming off of man performances. 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs versus the Brewers for Savali. 5 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned runs against the Phillies for Taillon. Again, this is just an easy pass here for me. By the way, Vitalis saying leans to the Guardians and the over as well. So it's very interesting. Justin McElvey dropped an Angels first live there as well. And yeah, Elon really fucked up Twitter there, my man. I know I've already lost my rate limit. I'm fucked. I hate that shit, man. I realize how often I'm on Twitter. I'm like, we really fucked this shit up. I watch all my highlights on Twitter. The fuck am I going to get highlights now? Fucking Elon. By the way, Tori Coker said, what's the play today? Got all 11 kids today. All of them. Shout out to you, Tori Coker. 11 kids. Roll deep with them. You should start your own basketball team. It'll be hilarious. All right, last game. Mets, Giants here. And this was, like Rocco said the other day, the Mets plus money. David Peterson. I want to bet the Giants here. I really do. But I couldn't bet it last night because they just announced. Well, I don't know about just announced, but Ross Stripling getting the start here. And, I have not seen a lot of Ross Stripling, probably because he's been out of the bullpen for most of this year, I assume. Yep. But it feels like Ross Stripling just comes in and out. Here's his last couple of appearances. And I say appearances because he has 5 starts this year, and they're all kind of interspersed. On the 28th, which was his last one, which he seemed like he came off of a long layoff. Was he in the minors? Yeah, I guess he got hurt is what I'm seeing here. So that's interesting. Ross Stripling coming back off an injury. 3 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 3 Ks, no walks against his former squad in Toronto. But he's been getting crushed before then, and maybe the injury was to blame there. His rehab starts were okay. 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 10 Ks, no walks in single A. Jesus fucking Christ. Ross Stripling just dominating those single A kids. That's hilarious. Okay. That's very interesting. By the way, Vitalis has a banger for this show, for this game, but he's saving it for the live betcast tonight, which I believe is happening. Live betcast. Shout out to you there, Vitalis. I'll be very interested to see what you have to say. And by the way, Rem Most, we can tell Rem Most is not on Twitter. We can tell. Rem, don't worry. We still love you, Rem. We still love you. You did show your age there, Rem. You showed your age. I want to fade here, David Peterson, and we'll see what the Giants' numbers are against lefty-yards. And he dominated the Brewers, who are the worst-hitting lefty team in the fucking league. And, of course, I was on the Brewers that day, so I should be slapped around like for being a fucking idiot. But let's go. David Peterson is a lefty, so we're looking for the Giants, and the Giants are very far. Another team that's bad against lefties. 25th full season, 94 weighted runs created plus. And a dead last. Jesus Christ, dead last in the last 2 weeks. 75 weighted runs created plus. 75 plate appearances. 18 weighted runs created plus. No thanks. No thanks. No thanks. By the way, saying that's funny. It's funny. I pass here. Ultimately, I don't want to deal with this fucking game. I thought the Giants would be better at hitting lefties. And if David Peterson's just going to feast on teams that can't hit lefties, that's good managing, I guess, by Buck Showalter, who will be fired after this year, I think. So we'll see. EQ on the Giants. Stimmy OG saying I thought Monday was a betcast. I don't know. I don't. I stay disconnected from the betcasts. Unfortunately, I don't really know when they're happening all that often, and that's maybe just bad ball by me. But I will tell you, I'll look up myself. There is a betcast tomorrow. Yeah, so no late show for my man Vitalis, I guess. We don't have anything else scheduled. Anything else scheduled today? So I love you, Vitalis, but I guess you're forced into dropping this play right here. So there you go, my man. I guess we got you. All right. Let's recap today's action. Again, we appreciate all of you guys for staying the hour with me, capping list games solo. I know that listening to me drown on for an hour straight can be a little, downing. I don't know. My voice is a little nasally, but we appreciate you guys nonetheless. Let me get some water in here. Hit the like button while we're here. And let me hit this water and we'll get recapping. That's some high quality H2O. All right. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plays today. And I have my Red Sox play just staring at me in the face. So let's recap the 5 plays. And by the way, take the under in that game. I will be on it. Enjoy your Sundays, fellas. I do like that, Vitalis. And since you dropped in on our show, Vitalis, I'll join you. That's how much I have faith in you, Vitalis. I'll blindly tell you, my man, under 9, by the way. And Stimmy OG, you're right. I should get my rate limit vectored all the way down. I should get it put all the way down to 0 and should just never be on that shit. Minus 114 for the under for me. Vitalis, I trust you, my man. Let's ride. All right, so I have another play on there, and we will celebrate on Monday, Vitalis. We will, because we have a show on Monday. Of course we do. Minnesota money line minus 115. You guys saw me panic and make that play on the show. Braves first 5 team total over 2.5, and Braves full game run line minus 113. The first 5 under in New York Cardinals, first 5 under 4 minus 110. First 5 team total over 2.5 plus 125 for the Astros there. And Vitalis's full game under 9 minus 114. And I will stare Boston, Toronto, first 5 under 4.5 minus 125. Nasty Nate, that was Giants Mets is his banger under 9 there. I don't know what I'm going to do about that Red Sox Blue Jays total. I think I'm just going to stay off of it. I'm going to hum and haw about it, and those bets typically are not good ones. And even if it does cash, that'll be okay. I'll be all right. I'll just feel like, okay, I'm looking at the board well. So that's my official board there. I'll recap it one more time. Twins money line, Astros first 5 team total over 2.5, Braves team total first 5 over 2.5. Braves full game run line, Cardinals, Yankees first 5 under 4, and the full game under Giants and Mets. Drop your plays in the chat while I recap or while I say goodbye to all you guys. We appreciate you guys as always. I love betting with you guys, capping the cards with you guys, even if it's by myself. I still enjoy the time. It's still a fun afternoon of doing our thing. So it's like to have a burp here. We appreciate you guys. Fly White Mike, a.k.a. Mikey E in here. Steve G, Rob Perez, Clint. Yes, that is what Vitalis is on. That is what I am on now as well. Stimmy OG. Shout out to my guy Vitalis. We're going to do that up on Monday. I can't wait. AOD, Stimmy OG, DT in here as well. North Ender, EQ, Chaz White. Appreciate the love with my hair. You know how it is, Chaz. You know how it is. Rem Mose, Dominic French, Rocco Rogers, Drip Skylark in here, Tori Coker. You heard all those plays. I hope they save and feed all 11 children in here. I love you, my man. Akbar Saleb, Justin McElvey, Arthur Mead Jr., Christopher Commentini. I'm Not Fat. Great name. Great name there. My man DX Filer watching the program, pokering his heart out. Sancho, BJ, Benjamin Mills, Jake Burns. We appreciate you guys. J Stone 9, Rob Free. You guys are all make this show special. Phil Scary. We'll just call you Phil. And Levichka Sly dropping a Braves money line. Lay that minus 200, baby. Do what you need to do to get your money. Get that minus 200, actually, I should say. Lay that shit. And by the way, Remo's dropping a little rain here before the 85% rain in New York. I don't think either of those games are in New York, so we don't have to worry about it, Remy. I don't think so. So we're good, Rem. There's no oh no, it is in New York. I was wrong. 84% rain. Yeah, you're right. I'm still hitting the under, Rem. I still believe. And it's gonna be a sticky, shitty day. Let's get out of here. And by the way, crush the pronunciation. Oh, look at that. Scurry. I love that because that's what it is. You're scurry, Phil. Let's get after it. Appreciate you guys. Say hey at me on social media at Jose Bouquett. I'll see you guys. Well, Twitter's fucked, so I don't know. Follow me on Instagram, I guess, at Jose Bouquett, because I guess that's where we post shit now. Who the fuck knows? Say hey. We'll see you guys next time.